466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The fastest hour in all of sports radio, brought to you by Allo. Again, you can go residential, business. Allo will get you through it. High speeds, best service. Allo. That's how fast we're going to go. This is how fast this hour is going to be. And I can tell you, 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line on the Honda Lincoln Hotline right now. National champ. All around good dude. Let's bring him in. Can you cue up his music, please?
Here's a guy that gives them more depth at UNLV. Everett Gray. He brings 9 points off the bench for Coach Tarkanian.
In less than 20 minutes to play in a game. Here he'll have a chance. Oh, as he goes up for the dunk, Miller takes a piece of the arm. Two on Miller now. Team foul number 5. Here's another basketball player with a baseball background. He was a third-round pick of the Astros in '87 was Everett Gray.
Let's bring in the running rebel himself, Everett Gray. Let you know, Jay Foreman, the Husker Hall of Famer, is with us. Rico is here, so we officially having a meeting.
Yeah, we're having a HBC.
Let's bring it in. I'm just letting you know Jay's on fire.
Eric, I got 2 questions, man. I've been dying to ask this. I know maybe DP is asked. The first one, man. Did y'all take some payments to lose that game against Duke?
Oh, my God.
Just be honest with me, man. Look, the statute of limitations is gone. You got to tell me what's happening because not only did I lose a night of sleep, I don't think I functioned right for like a week or 2.
Right. Yeah, you're not the first one to ask that question. And, a lot of people over the years and ask me questions like, hey, did you guys get paid to do that? And I had to break it down for them a little bit. It didn't make any sense for them to do that.
Right.
And they were about to be millionaires anyway. Larry was the number 1 pick. Stacy went 9 overall, played 18 years in the league, and made a lot of money. So it didn't have anything to do with. It was just that one night.
Right.
We didn't play well, and Greg fouled out. That was the whole thing. The crazy part, Jay and DP, I'm in San Diego, and I was with Matt Offick last night at his restaurant, and we're talking about if you would have went to UNLV, because remember he decommitted from UNLV with Arizona, would have probably won a couple more national championships. But Jay, back to your question, that wasn't the situation,
right?
And it was 2 points better than us.
And Anderson Hunt won hidden.
They had Grant Hill
right
that following year too.
Right. My next question is in your intro, you're a 3rd-round pick in baseball. What made you decide not to just go and play baseball? I mean, obviously, the situation, obviously, opportunity to go to UNLV was once in a lifetime. But what was your big? What was the big reason why you decided to play basketball?
Jay, the thing is that I only played baseball to get out of the 5th and 6th period. I mean, to be honest. And
that's what I'm talking about.
But the thing is that when I played hard, whatever sport I played extremely hard. I played all sports growing up, and my mom, they put me in this camp, Jay, so I can be able to play with white kids. So just keep it 100. So every day was a different sport. So it was tennis, golf, football, basketball, baseball, swimming, and so at a young age, I excelled in all different type of sports. But to be honest, I only played because my friends played, and I ended up getting drafted. Jay actually was an All-American football player, too. I'm the all-time leading receiver at my high school still to this day. I don't think it's ever going to be broken not for a while. You're gonna have to play 4 years to break it, but I don't really talk about it all the time. But Jay, I mean, like in high school, if you're my buddy Jay, and I feel like I need to help you, Jay, to get to the next level, I'm just gonna go play.
Right.
I'm gonna play extremely hard. And the baseball thing, I never thought about it. I remember I got drafted on a Sunday night. I got back from school. My mom said, "Hey, you got a phone call from some guy named from the Houston Astros." She didn't even know how to say it right. The astronauts. I think she said the astronauts. She's like, "Yeah, they just draft you, and this is some money you might can make. What do you think?" I was like, "I'm playing basketball. I don't want to play baseball. I'm done playing baseball."
Just imagine for a moment twofold. One, having Everett's big, tall body slinging fastballs at you, and then this dude playing wide receiver.
Right. Did you have any offers for football?
Yeah, I had offers from every Pac-12 school.
Like Dave, we're talking like another Dave Winfield here.
Let me give you another example. I get a phone call from Washington State, and the guy goes, "Hey man, we'll love to have you here. We're going to offer you a scholarship. The quarterback's going to be Drew Bledsoe." I was like, "Who is Drew Bledsoe? I don't even know who Drew Bledsoe is." And then years later, I'm like, "That's Drew Bledsoe. I was supposed to be catching passes from Drew Bledsoe from Washington State." But yeah, it was fun. Like I said, I played football growing up, and it was fun playing football. You know how it is. It's a great team sport. I love football.
You was just an old regular athlete, huh?
No, I wouldn't say that. Like I said, I played hard no matter what. Kids don't understand if you play hard, it's half of the battle. And that's what I do with my coaching. I'm like, just play hard. If they're better than you, just make sure they're not tougher than you and play harder than you.
Right.
It's it's funny too, because Everett will in his humility, Everett will put things in perspective for you, because there are no new spaces for Everett. Everett's been in every dark corner, every deep valley. Everett's been in it with the best athletes and the best coaches in all time. I'll ask this question though: do kids today work harder than you did in high school?
No.
Fair.
And they should. Here's the crazy part: they should, because they have a lot of more access than, say, myself, Jay, and DC have. They have access, and it's just the diet is even different. I didn't know anything about diet until I got to the NBA, and these kids already know. I didn't know anything about. We didn't have a Vertimax. Jay, did we have a Vertimax growing up? That Vertimax is incredible.
Right.
Like I can touch the rim. I use it sometimes. I'm back touching the rim. But anyway, it's just access these kids have to other different stuff that we actually didn't have, and kids don't get that part. And some parents are too involved, and that's another issue. But and the coddling a little bit with these kids, a little bit, it's tough. But the access, in my opinion, DP, is just the access to all the different stuff they have with technology. It's huge for some of these kids.
We're talking Everett Gray, former UNLV running Rebel national champion, NBA veteran, pro player through Europe and South America, now one of Utah's top high school basketball coaches and developers of talent with the Salt Lake Rebels. We talked about, Jay and I were talking about it earlier, that some kids want to be recruited more than they love the work. How is that true? And if it is, how do you deal with it?
Some kids just like to get offers so they can put it on Twitter or Instagram. Kids it's all social media based now. It's all about how many likes you get, and it's weird to me. I'm like, I'm gonna give you an example, Jay. I had a 7'1" kid. I think DP, 7'1" kid can stretch 5. Actually, he can stretch 5, Jay. I did say it right.
Right.
Stretch 5. And he got an offer last year from Virginia Tech. And I was like, dude, take it. Right then and there. He's like, well, why? I'm like, you're playing against North Carolina, Duke, North Carolina State. It's a really good conference, and that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. Didn't turn it down, Jay, because he wanted to wait and see what other stuff he's going to get. And that offer went away along with the other offers, because he had 2 bad games against these really good teams. So if the kids are worried about what it looks like to their other friends, it's almost like, women dress for other women, right, Jay? Right, they don't dress for you, Jay. They dress for other women. So It's just all about what it looks like to their friends instead of making a great business decision for themselves. And you know, it's hard playing in the NBA. I'm an example of that. I was in 15 different NBA teams there. It's hard to stick.
Right.
So go get your degree. Go get your degree and move on. And if the NBA comes, it will come. But
right.
The problem that with kids now, it's all about what it looks like for other kids in social media.
How hard is that as a coach to deal with that, but then when you're trying to voice your opinion because of your experience, right? And you have firsthand knowledge, you're an expert at basketball.
Right.
How hard is that as a coach? Because you like you said, we didn't have access to this, right? Where we didn't have somebody that's been there, done it 10 times over and is an expert to say, hey, Everett, do this. This is the best thing for you, both short term, midterm, and long term. How is that? How hard is that? Because I know sometimes when I talk to football players, basketball players, or even parents, it's like you're talking to the wall. But I wanted your opinion. How do you feel about it?
I see, Jay, you don't know me. DP knows me. I just give you the information. It's up to you what you do with the information. So I usually tell them from experience. I've been around it. I have so many friends in the coaching world, and they tell me, you know, the stuff when we're like, you know, having a beer or so. We're discussing how kids don't listen and parents don't listen. They rather listen to their parents that never played basketball before or whatever, football, instead of listening to me that's actually been through it.
Right.
And that it's difficult sometimes, but me, I just give you the information. And if you don't want to take the information, Jay, good luck.
It's the common thread. We deal with it here in Lincoln, where you provide information to folks and you try to share information. And then there is the narratives and all of the other stuff that happens before then. I'll ask you, as your kids bring you offers and they say, Coach Ev, what should I do? You work from a priority of go where you can play. How is that taken? Is that being accepted? Is that constantly more hammer to the nail to get these folks to pay attention to it?
Well, what I tell the kids and the parent, I'm like, it's 4 or 5 years of your life, not your mom and your dad's life. You go somewhere where it's a good fit, so you're not hopping into the portal. I think the portal is the worst for college sports right now, and it's terrible, especially for high school kids coming out. But I always tell our kids, it's your life. It's 4 or 5 years of your life. At this point, 6 years, but it's 4 or 5 years of your life, not your parent or not your mom and dad. It's where you feel comfortable, where you want to go play, where you can play and stay and enjoy your high school college experience. I tell them all the time, I wish I can go back to college right now. I love college. Jay, did you like Nebraska? I thought you did.
Oh, yeah, it was great when you're winning. It's all good. School was a lot easier.
Yeah, but make sure you, at UNLV, that wasn't a problem. But anyway.
well, you know,
yeah,
one day
we did have to go to class.
One day, we're gonna have Jay Foreman and Everett away from the microphone to really talk about what happened when programs are great.
It's probably what didn't happen, actually, probably. Right, that's the way. What didn't happen, right?
I would love to chop it up with Jay because, like I said, Jay, growing up, I had a lot of friends from the Inland Empire that went to Nebraska.
Right.
So I was always a Nebraska fan growing up because we had some kids that I went to high school with that ended up going to Colorado. So we used to always watch those Colorado-Nebraska games.
Right.
You know, when we were younger. But yeah, it was one day we have to sit down. I can't tell you everything, Jay, unless you're going to start my car.
Yeah, we're still. That's why the book hasn't been written yet, because Eric wants to be able to start his car every morning.
I hear you on that, man.
Not worried about.
Yeah, we don't need any casino.
So not worried.
Jay, it's real though, Jay.
I know.
Real
I could only imagine.
You can't. You notice no one ever said anything, right, Jay?
Right.
And there's like 2 or 3 dudes that's still alive that it's real.
You're right. There are no books on UNLV at its apex. The things that go on away from the court, those books don't exist, and there's a reason. Ever, let me ask you this then: with NIL being the topic, what would it have been like with Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, and Tarkanian at UNLV? What would that have been like?
We were talking about this. Me and J.R. Ryder was talking about this yesterday. I think Larry would have made $1 million. Back then, he would have made $1 million that year.
Yeah.
Stacey, Anderson, JR would have made it. I think I would have been like anywhere from 50 to 100 grand. But those guys would have made a lot of money. Because remember back then, DP and J, Vegas was owned by one person. It's not a corporate anymore. Like corporations own most of these hotels. So, you know, the Winds or the people that own some of these hotels, the Petitas, they would have been paying Larry, Stacey, and those guys probably $1 million a year. It would have been $1 million a year, easy. And then there would have been a bunch of other little side stuff that add up to about another 500,000 with small businesses and whoever else. So they would have been making a killing with this NIL stuff.
Yeah, my head's spinning now because I'm thinking of all of the casinos.
Yeah,
each having its own player.
Yeah, y'all would have been living up in the presidential suite.
Yeah, we would have
in the wedding crasher suite, right?
Everybody would have had a house. Everybody had cars, Jerry, back then. If you know what I mean. But
yeah,
it would have been a little bit different housing wise going forward.
But we're not even talking. I mean, we're sticking with basketball. But Randall Cunningham and your brother, that squad would have had some dudes too.
Yeah, I think Icky would have made a lot of money. Randall, I think Marion would have made a lot of money. Jay, so my brother played with Marion, Suge Knight.
Yeah.
And they were roommates. I don't call him Suge, I call him Marion.
Right.
But they were roommates in college, and he would have probably made some money too, along with Randall and Icky. And but you know, I wish, you know, like I said, we went back to these kids have a lot of access, and that's a problem too, because they know they're going to make money now, getting recruited and having, I don't know how much money they're going to make. It varies from 5 stars to 4 stars. But I think Randall would have made a lot of money, and obviously Icky and probably Marion would have too.
Has it reached your high school kids and your AAU guys yet that where money and sponsorships and endorsements, have it reached your guys yet?
DP, I live in Utah. Most of my kids are based out of East Draper.
Oh, never mind.
They go to college. They take a pay cut going to college.
Yeah.
But most of my kids, that's the other good thing about our kids, though, is that they know their future is all set for them, but they still play hard and play the right way. I mean, I got some dudes I got a couple kids make me nervous when we travel. I got to give them alias in the hotel.
Yeah, I hear that.
For real, for real, too for real. So some of these kids got money, and you know that doesn't affect them. That's why I really like our kids. They play extremely hard, knowing that their future is already set.
So to go back to a conversation we've had, then we really need to create a bridge from your Salt Lake City kids to Lincoln, Nebraska.
You know, I've been low key on air with you, telling them about the good players in the state of Utah over the last 2 years. It's up to them to recruit, but you know, Coach Horberg goes to the portal a lot. I know he missed out on that one McDonald's kid out in Nebraska. I think he went somewhere. The one kid went to Gonzaga. He missed out on him too. But I've been trying to but throw little softball pitches to him. For some kids that's out here, that's pretty good.
What's
so much I can do? I can give you the information. Remember,
what's the blockage? Is it just being able to reach them directly and get a response?
I mean, the thing is that it's like 3 top teams, 3 club teams, and the one of Utah prospects. A lot of their kids just go to BYU. A lot of them, and I don't know if they think they can't get them, or they don't try to get them. But a lot of those kids go to BYU, but there's some other kids like my kids. Like they missed out on my 3 6'10" kids and the 7-foot kids. They never even recruited my 3 kids. So I don't know who does the Midwest. I mean, in the West Coast or in that Rocky Mountain region. I have no clue who recruits that area, but they miss out on some good kids. Like we got another kid that we're at high school, Brody Kozlowski, 6'8", sophomore. He's got about 4 or 5 offers. That's the one they should offer already, but they haven't. I just threw a softball right there. Brody Kozlowski, Corner Canyon High School, 6'8", great pedigree. Mom played BYU, dad played football at BYU. There you go. So like stuff like that, DP. I'm throwing curveball. Not softballs.
And because I know that you're sincere when you say it, because I know that you'll send messages to the program, you'll make phone calls to the office and say, hey, can you guys get back to me? How can we fix this anyway? So if it's Nebraska, so let's say we put you into the Nebraska program and then you outreach. What type of players around the country should they be looking for to fit into Hoiberg's system?
It looks like, I saw them play a couple times. He needs shooting, obviously. Everybody needs shooting, but I know how Fred likes to play. He likes to get up and down a little bit. He's not a control freak, but he needs length and shooting. And there's a lot of good length and shooting in Utah. Now you got to deal with the Mormon stuff, the mission stuff. But a lot of my kids don't go on missions, because I've been on them like, dude, it's something outside of Utah. Mm-hmm. And I don't mess with religion and politics, Jay. I don't mess with it.
Right.
But most of my kids are not going on missions. And I got kids all over the country. And I got a kid in Marquette this year, Chicago, California, North Dakota, all over. And so a lot of coaches are starting to recruit my kids because they know they'll leave the state of Utah. That's the only thing. Maybe that's what's scaring some of these coaches, especially in that area of the country. But a lot of our kids leave the state of Utah.
But you do a good job, because I follow you on social media where you're traveling in some big tournaments.
Yeah.
So for me, just talking off the cuff, then that the fact that you're a traveling team, then they're exposed to different things. So, and especially if they're if they would be contacting you, to me that would be just easy, because if you're recruiting, say, Jay Foreman, and you're like, yeah, he's willing to go outside of Utah, that it seems like to me. I don't know much about recruiting basketball wise, but this would seem, if I'm thinking of football wise, it would be a layup, right?
Right.
Or close to a layup.
Right. But the thing is, I don't know. A lot of our kids, like, okay, Jay, you said you followed me in the last year and a half, we had 7 D1 kids.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And 7 D1 kids just in the last year and a half, and they're all over the country. We only have one kid that's signed in Utah, and I think that's great for now. These coaches are starting to see a program that our kids are just not going to Utah-based schools. Like, I'm gonna have a kid that's gonna commit today to Central Michigan, Jay.
Right.
And I love the kid, and that's the good thing about our kids, is that I've been in their ear, Jay. Like, man, get away from here. Go somewhere else and see the country, see the world without. Because some of the Utah kids in DP, a lot of the Utah kids are bubble kids. We call them bubble kids. They're just in this little bubble, and they don't leave it. And when they leave it, they freak out because their parents been in their ear the whole time, telling them this is the devil and this is that. You can't do this. You can't do that. And it's sad, but it's true. But it's just recruiting. It's interesting in Utah, because they're just so afraid to get out of this little bubble, and that's why a lot of coaches sometimes are a little nervous recruiting Utah kids.
Yeah, that's weird. That they're nervous recruiting them. You can recruit them and offer them. They can say yes or no, right? That's
right.
That would. I'm just thinking, if I'm a coach and you call me up and you say, hey, I got this kid 6'8", good pedigree, I'm gonna still come and see him. Heck, Utah's a beautiful place too. You know what I mean? It's worth the trip just to go and just chill for a couple of days. Offer the kid, whether he wants to come or not, then that's up to him. Because I look at it like this.
Yeah.
It's a kid that would come from Utah, and correct me if I'm wrong, and say he decides to go back home is no different than a kid coming from Florida to Nebraska and he goes home in a year and football-wise. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're not going to get told no if you don't ask.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that like I've been over the last year and a half too with DP Jay, just going softball. Like I wanted them to go after. Actually, they did go after Jackson Kohler. They actually offered Jackson after a while, but then he ended up going to Michigan State. That was one. I actually tried to offer my 6'7" kid, 6'8" Swiss Army knife. He ended up going to UVU, but they never recruited him, never called him. The only one they kind of reached out on was Jackson Kohler. He's like footwork out of this world. But the thing is, anywhere where DP is, Jay, I try to help him. Even though we I can't swear. We talk crap to each other, but but I always try to help wherever region he's in, no matter what. When he was in Houston, I tried to help. Even here, I don't know Fred. I just know of him. I think I played against him, and I just I just try to help the state of Utah with recruiting because there's some really good players in the state of Utah that they can't go to BYU all the time, so. There's some good kids that can play in Power 5 schools out of the state of Utah. And like you said, Utah is a beautiful state. I mean, it's got Park City. Jay, I got to take you to Sundance. Got to take you to Sundance one day. Me and DP will take you to Sundance.
Yeah, I've heard.
DP will tell you all fair.
About 10 years too late.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Before we let you go, Everett, it's so funny. I was telling Jay, as I get older, it hit me the other day that I can no longer sprint. Like with all the metal parts and everything else, I'm like, bro, I can't even do this. I was like, man, if Everett saw me today, he'd be mad at me because every now and then Everett and I would go out and try to be athletic together. And bro, I hit the button and nothing happened, man. I hit the pedal and it just wasn't working. So we getting old, Ev, getting old.
Yeah. Yep. I'm right now. I'm at my son-in-law's rugby practice. It's professional. So I'm gonna run with him when we have.
Hey man, hug Jordan. God bless them, you and your daughters. They're doing it. Except you got to be so proud. I know I'm proud for you and for them. Job well done, kind sir, and everything that you do. I need to send you a shirt and a hat. You're part of the team, so I need to get you yours.
I appreciate it. Nice talking to you guys. Jay, nice to meet you, man.
Yeah. If you pop up in Omaha again, we got to have a couple drinks and we got to dive into this UNLV, man.
Hey, we won that tournament, Jay. A couple weeks ago, we were down there. We won 4-0. Beat some really good teams.
Yeah.
Kids play good.
Yeah, for sure.
That is Everett Gray. That's why we bring him in. He's the goods, brother. Go enjoy your family time. Appreciate you, and I'll text you later this weekend.
All right. Thank you, guys.
There we go, brother. Everett Gray, UNLV, running Rebels, national champion NBA, pro, and a coach, and a good one.
And we got the answer to the $1 million question.
Got an Olympian as a daughter, and got one of the best volleyball players in the world as a daughter. This dude is
he's doing it right.
He's doing well.
Did we really get the answer to the question though?
Not really. That's why.
That's how you know.
You got to get on site with him. I got to get on.
You got to get face to face. You got to get face to face. All right, more one-on-one. Jay Foreman, thank you very much. We'll be right back here on The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Sartor Hamann.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Sartor Hamann.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future. Sartor Hamann Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SartorHamann.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo Promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities that we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say hello. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Spring has arrived. Dust off your clubs and play the city. Lincoln City Golf Courses offer 5 different places to play, including Holmes, Pioneers, Highlands, Mahoney, and the Par 3 Jim Ager course. Plus, one membership gets you access to all 5 courses, or ask about a discount card that gets you 15% off all rounds. There's also adult classes with lessons for every level with Lincoln City Golf Academy. Learn more about membership and classes today at lincolncitygolf.org.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Expect a mix of sun and clouds today. Finally see those winds let up. Northeast winds at around 10 to 20 and an afternoon high of 52. Partly cloudy tonight, the low dropping down to around 27. A very similar day for your Saturday. We'll be looking at highs around 52. By Easter Sunday, a chance of some morning showers. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join us at Cactus by Venue for our new America's Favorites menu. We're keeping your favorite dips and tacos and adding brand new dishes, including delicious steaks, burgers, pastas, and more. Focusing on vibrant casual dining using a blend of fresh ingredients prepared from scratch. Located at 56 and Highway 2 in the Edgewood Shopping Center, see the whole menu online at cactusbyvenue.com and order yours to go at venuedelivered.com. Cactus by Venue, America's Favorites.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Fruitcakes are just for Christmas, right? Gosh, I feel sorry for you. I mean, what if we had done that with bacon? Bacon is only for breakfast. We'd never have bacon cheeseburgers. We'd never be able to save a salad by adding bacon bits. We'd never have Brinner. That's breakfast for dinner. Don't limit yourself. Fruitcakes for St. Patrick's Day. Fruitcakes for graduation. Fruitcakes for Thursday. Beatrice Bakery and Grandma's Fruitcakes are perfect for every occasion. Check them out in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to One-on-One. I want to thank the folks from Beatrice Bakery, beatricebakery.com. Go get your goodies. Good stuff. Rum cake, chocolate rum, vanilla rum, strawberry daiquiri, Kahlua cake, the full shebang, apple streusel. Now I'm thinking about that instead. 402-464-5685, 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text on Honda Lincoln Hotline. Your opinions, please, because tomorrow we have football. We have football. 6:30 tomorrow, the New Jersey Generals and the Birmingham Stallions will kick off the USFL season. At the new version of this league, a thing that has existed in a different form. Sunday morning at 11 o'clock, the Houston Gamblers. That'll be my squad. That's the squad I'm going to follow. The black and red. Familiar colors, we understand it. Michigan Panthers, Philadelphia Stars, and New Orleans Breakers, Rico's squad, Sunday at 3 o'clock.
No, I don't know. I'm the Birmingham Stallions.
You're the Stallions,
yeah.
So you're going to be in the game opener.
Yeah, I'm the Stallions.
You're in the season opener.
Don't do that.
Oh no, who?
I don't want to be I don't want to be a Larry Fedora coach squad.
Was it Rico that? I mean, was it Nick that chose the?
No, Nathan chose the Breakers. I believe.
Breakers. Okay,
because I think that's the only team with a Virginia Tech alum on them.
That can't be true.
I looked at all the rosters.
It's the only one?
Only one.
Wow.
He's the only one. I think he's a safety.
Well, maybe it's because they go to the NFL.
Don't be like
I don't know.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Sunday night, Tampa Bay Bandits and the Pittsburgh Maulers will kick off. A couple of things to know about the league before it evolves and unveils itself. Again, Birmingham, Houston, Michigan, New Jersey, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and Tampa. Folks would ask what makes it different. It said the organizers are counting on two things to establish a foothold. First, its expenses will be minimized by having a single site format. They'll play all games in Birmingham. 45,000 seat arena. The tickets are $10, and get this, a parent pays $10 and they can have 3 kids for free. Yeah. Second, it hopes to leverage the resources of its owner to create a unique television product. Now, according to Johnson, Saturday night's opening game between New Jersey and Birmingham will have more production elements than any football game Fox has ever done. And that includes the Super Bowl. It will include 2 sky cams, multiple drone cameras. 2 players from each team will wear helmet cams for every game.
I'm excited for that helmet.
And
cam.
16 players will be outfitted with microphones that will air audio from both before and after the snap. Before and after the snap. Yeah, audible calls, conversations, live mics.
How delayed is this broadcast?
We're going to see. The broadcast will also include introduce new technology to display ball placement relative to the line to gain, among innovations, but officials will not use it to measure first downs. It would just be for tracking for fans. On television, it's going to be completely different from what people are accustomed to seeing. Of course, this is a partnership between Fox, NBC, Fox Sports 1, USA, and Peacock. Each team will play 10 games with no bye weeks. Top 4 teams, the top 4 teams will then play 2 semifinal playoff games, followed by a championship on July 3rd. Saturday's opener, in fact, will be simulcast by Fox, NBC, Peacock. 3 networks will carry this game. Right?
I'm watching my Stallions go to work.
In which the USFL said will be the first scheduled sports competition to be aired simultaneously by competitors since NBC and CBS both did Super Bowl. Yeah, there was a time when the Super Bowl was on more than one network.
Are they going to have the same broadcast team? Or
different teams,
different broadcast teams?
Different broadcast teams. It'll be there.
Interesting.
Because Birmingham is a relatively small market, 45,000 seats, adults are 10, and up to 3 children can accompany any adult for free. Games will be played on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Again, $10. Look, go get yours.
That is a great deal.
That is such a great deal.
$10 and kids free.
Look, man.
If I was in Birmingham, I'd be
family event, right? Like,
I'm still mad about that.
Well, but I think
there isn't the closest to here, Michigan.
Yeah, but I would think that going forward, if you can do that, And you set that up for these other markets that you will then be able to expand in different
Do you
places.
think there's a chance that it switches? Like, these places have their teams. It's in Birmingham right now. Do you think there's a chance it switches? Like, let's say the season is played in Birmingham this season. It's played in Houston next season.
Absolutely.
It's played in Pittsburgh the next season. It's played.
I think it becomes open to everybody after year 3. Having been in in these basketball situations where you want to do a similar thing, one place becomes the flagship, and then the other places then follow that. And if it works and they sell out the 45,000, then yes, you can expand to the other.
Where
places.
are they? They're at UAB's football stadium.
Yes.
Okay.
So
would it?
Nice. I mean, 45,000.
This is the only location that doesn't have a professional football team. Do the other ones?
Well, Alabama. Yeah.
You know what I mean. Do the other ones play in the NFL stadiums, or do they play at a local college?
Back in the day, the original version of this thing, folks probably played more in college places. Although the Washington Federals played at RFK, they played where the Redskins played.
Or where would they have played?
That's
like if there was a college, but is there?
Well, I mean, if they wanted to go outside of that, they could have gone to Maryland.
Yeah,
they could have gone. You could have done. They could have done that. But I don't think that'll be necessary here. I think in all of these cases, you've got tons of places to play. So, but the 45,000 number seems to be about where it would be. Imagine some would go to pro soccer stadiums and play because they're in that 30 to 35,000 range. So, Brian, stay on the Honda Lincoln Hotline. We'll get to you, brother. I'm going to finish up and then we'll get to you. These are coaches that we know: Skip Holtz in Birmingham, Kevin Sumlin, formerly of A&M at Houston. Jeff Fisher, of course, with the Oilers, Titans, and Rams, is with Michigan. Mike Riley, I know that is a name that makes Nebraska folks.
And Robert Diaco.
Right. They're both there in New Jersey.
Yeah.
In New Jersey, Larry Fedora, who was at North Carolina.
With the Breakers.
He's with New Orleans. Bart Andrus, who was with actually he was in NFL Europe.
Ooh.
Back in the day. That's how long he's been coaching. Toronto. And, by the way, the Omaha Nighthawks. He was the coach of the local Omaha Nighthawks.
That was a fun
UFL,
time.
right? Yeah, right. So Kirby Wilson, who gets his head coaching debut, and then Todd Haley, of course, who's with the Kansas City Chiefs. So people have asked about the talent level. They will tell you there will be 360 roster spots in the USFL. The coaches all double as the team's general managers. They want this to be an alternative to the NFL. But these are experienced players, and these are guys. And then again, the pay. Here's the pay. 10 weeks, $4,500 a week, plus winning bonuses for actually winning games up to $800 a game. So imagine a $45,000 salary, and then bonuses for playoff, winning games, and others. So look, they have a plan for it. They say it's going to be incredible. A 35-second play clock, 3 options after touchdowns. 1, kick the extra point from the 15-yard line. 2,
go for 2.
Go for 2, scrimmage at the 2-yard line, and 3-point tries from the 10-yard line. So if you're down by 10, you're still in the game.
I cannot
wait.
Down
by 9, you're still in the game. Because you can go for 3 from the 10-yard line.
I cannot wait for the first 3-point attempt.
Right? I mean, it's going to be crazy. All sorts of gunner rules and that sort of stuff. 15-yard walk-off for pass interference. A couple of things. Let's go to Honda Lincoln Hotline. Brian's been waiting. Brian, what's up?
Hey, guys. I'm very intrigued by this whole new league and all the different things they're going to try with it. Got a question and a comment. Can you remind me for the television aspect, who the play-by-play and the analyst is for it?
They have. Let me pull up the list because they usually do a release each week.
I think Kugler's on one of them. Kevin Kugler's a play-by-play on one of the channels.
So this week, the two networks. Wow. Now I'm upset. Jack Collinsworth and Paul Burmeister are doing the play-by-play, and Jason Garrett is doing the commentating. Kurt Menefee as well. So
the reason why I bring that up is everything can be really cool about it. But if you have a dull commenting team, that could really, hurt the product. And, no offense to Jason Garrett, maybe he'll be a great commentator, but after watching him in various media situations over many years, he doesn't strike me as Mr. Charisma.
Right.
So
right.
I think they better take a hard look on who their teams are going to be, because, that could bring down the whole production. If everything else is great, you would hate to see it be hurt by having a lame, analyst and play-by-play person. And, you don't want to open up with Led Zeppelin and then have Air Supply follow them. You want the other way around.
Yeah, you can't have Chris Cross follow up Aerosmith. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that's my only. I'm not trying to be negative. But,
No, Brian.
It makes sense.
No, Brian makes perfect sense. Thank you, kind sir. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the football. So Kurt Menefee and Joel Klatt will handle some of the Fox duties. Kevin Kugler and Mark Sanchez, along with Brock Heward for Fox as well. So you're going to have some different folks handle it. I'm not sure Sanchez and Brock Heward curl your toes.
No.
But let's see.
I like Kugler. I like Klatt.
Yeah. Gonna be interesting.
We'll see. Has Mark Sanchez been on a broadcast before? I know.
I've
seen him on like the ESPN, like the just like the tables.
He's done Fox. He's done Fox.
Has he? Okay.
He did a lot of Pac-12 games, usually, and then he was in studio as well. So we'll see
Is he
what
good?
we'll see what. Well, he's forever going to be butt fumble.
I mean,
so
he
no
is.
matter what commentary he adds, he's.
But he also, and I don't want to give any props to the Jets. Also, 2 straight AFC championships. Didn't win either one of them.
In spite
but he
of
went
him.
there.
In spite of.
Yep.
Yeah, how about that? All right, we'll
Scott.
close out 101 and set you up for the captain's show. See what Rashawn Jackson and Nick have for us an 11 o'clock hour here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
The voice of Husker softball, Nate Rohr.
Rhonda Revelle, especially when she has a good power hitter like Billy Andrews, she tends to hit him a little higher in the lineup. And we saw this some last year with Tristan Edwards. Teams were so locked in on pitching around her. Rhonda Revelle said, okay, well, if you're going to pitch around her, then you're going to start that first inning, beat off base runner. And also, Billy Andrews is a great athlete.
Weekdays from 2 to 3 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Brown Shoe Fit is gearing up for spring with new inventory on the way. They're stocking up on new spring sandals and athletic shoes daily in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Keen, Merrell, On, and many, many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrax. Spring is the season to be active and busy. Don't let your feet lose their support with old rundown shoes or sandals. Stop by Brown's Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Mike Schaefer here for Trek CBD. Springtime is here, and that means you're outside more in nice weather and maybe even having garage parties with neighbors. The drink of this spring and summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs and 12-packs, coming in a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have hemp-derived Delta 9 syrups to put in your beverages, and as always, the excellent Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Expect a mix of sun and clouds today. Finally see those winds let up. Northeast winds at around 10 to 20. and an afternoon high of 52. Partly cloudy tonight, a low dropping down to around 27. A very similar day for your Saturday. We'll be looking at highs around 52. By Easter Sunday, a chance of some morning showers. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join us at Cactus by Venue for our new America's Favorites menu. We're keeping your favorite dips and tacos and adding brand new dishes, including delicious steaks, burgers, pastas, and more. Focusing on vibrant casual dining using a blend of fresh ingredients prepared from scratch. Located at 56 and Highway 2 in the Edgewood Shopping Center, see the whole menu online at cactusbyvenue.com and order yours to go at venuedelivered.com. Cactus by Venue, America's favorites.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. At Foundation Repair, we fix basements.
What does better service mean? At Allo, it means that you get the best fiber internet available at prices that work for you. Better service means installers who show up on time. Better service means no billing shenanigans. Better service means a real person answers the phone. If you're not paying for better service, what are you paying for? Get Allo. Get better service. Switch today at allofiber.com/better service.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, presented by Beatrice Bakery on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment of One-on-One, again, setting you up for Rashawn Jackson and the Captain Show at 11 until 2, and he'll bring the work. He'll bring the heat. I see he's got Nick hard at work over there, so they're firing things up. Again, thank you guys for hanging out, and we want to thank the folks from Beatrice Bakery for providing this hour of sports radio through their support. Greatly appreciated. Again, BeatriceBakery.com if you want to go check out the goodies that they offer on a regular basis. I'm just telling you, if you're celebrating something this weekend, go to BeatriceBakery.com. Get yourself something good, or you can stop by the warehouse, and you probably should, just for the samples. Just for the samples. Just go in.
You'll leave with more than you. Going to the warehouse is like going to Target. You go in for one thing, and you're going to leave with a bunch of other things.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, okay, fruitcake. I'm not really wrong. The chocolate rum cake is still undefeated. It is. It just is. It just is. Can't tell people enough. We're talking about USFL, and interesting. They've created their own hashtags, and they have named their mascots.
They had fan votes, I believe.
Which, again, I'm always a little like, why?
Well, I think they put out they came up with names, and then they put out those 4 names for fan votes, I believe.
Do you really trust that?
No, I don't trust fans at all. I never trust you cannot trust the internet with anything.
Like, you allow people like to.
There's a boat. A submarine in Europe that is named Bodie McBoatface because of an internet vote.
Because of the internet.
And you set yourself up. You did this to yourself, and I don't feel bad.
So let's go through the mascots of the USFL.
Starting with the Philadelphia Stars.
Do they all have hashtags as well?
Some have mascots.
Okay,
some have.
So give
hashtags.
the hashtags if they
have them. Philadelphia
have them.
does not. Their mascot's name is Blob. Blob. Like Bob, but with an L. Because that's all they'll be getting is L's. That was a good one. I just came up with that right now.
You just high-fived yourself.
Really
that is.
I am funny.
That is so weird. weird.
Anyways,
Blob. Hey,
Blob.
can you bring Blob to my
And now
child's birthday?
Blob.
It's what's his thing?
He's got a hula hoop waist, which I love mascots with hula hoop waists.
Well, shouldn't all mascots have?
All
Like,
of them.
I mean, shouldn't that
Doug,
be?
Get rid of your inflatable mascot. Get rid of your muscly mascot.
You need the one with a
Give
belly.
me a weird looking thing
With a belly.
with a hula hoop belly.
Sir Purr has a belly, which is what makes him just
It's
adorable.
perfect. And then they just do the little
Yeah, and he does a little belly shake,
Yeah,
and
it's amazing.
Okay.
Next up, my Birmingham Stallions.
Sir.
I'm thinking this might be the hashtag, but they didn't put a hashtag. It's BHAM.
Wow, that was original.
Yeah, very original.
They went deep on that one.
And their mascot's name, Stanley. Stanley the Stallion.
Stanley the Stallion. Okay, Birmingham. What does Stanley look like?
A muscular horse
It's just Stud Stanley
with red hair.
See, they should have just named him Stud.
Was that? Oh no, that's the little. That's where he can see out of.
The
there's
one eye.
there's like a little hole like in his nose. And I'm
Well,
like,
it's-
that's
yeah,
where
because
he
he's
can
got to
see.
be able to see out. Yeah.
Whatever.
All right.
Your Houston Gamblers.
Yes, sir.
Hashtag all in.
All in. Okay.
Welcome, Ace.
Nice. Nice.
So original.
Ace.
The Pittsburgh
It's
Marks.
Houston. Like they've had so many teams over so many leagues. They've just run out of things to
Just go with the whatever name.
They went
I
with the
don't care
first.
anymore.
They said list all mascot names, and Ace was like the first one.
that one.
Well, let's
I'm
go with
not-
Ace.
I'm not going through the rest.
Yeah,
of
we're
them.
not. We're not. doing it.
Mark, I believe. Mark's Pittsburgh Maulers.
Uh-huh.
I could be wrong. Mark, I'm sorry if
Uh.
I'm wrong. Hashtag drop the hammer.
That's a little aggressive.
And welcoming Marty the Mauler.
Wow.
He's got suspenders. His muscles are out, as they always are.
Yeah.
He's got a hard hat.
So he's a Steeler.
And he's got bright blue eyes.
He's just a Steeler gone bad.
Yeah.
That's-
They should have given him a mustache.
yeah, like it's
They
Pittsburgh.
didn't. They
it's
didn't.
Pittsburgh.
He's
Like
clean shaven.
A full-on Bubby Brister. Like, just let's go.
New Jersey Generals. No
Yeah.
hashtag.
No hashtag.
Welcome. General Jersey. They should have just called him General Jersey New.
Oh, the marketing department failed. Like you didn't even try it,
but
Jersey General. Like you
the
just
only
Jersey
black
General.
mascot.
Lowest common denominator. Let's go for low hanging
All right,
fruit.
here comes the best one.
Okay.
Michigan Panthers.
Let's do
No
it.
hashtag.
Yeah.
Welcome, Pablo.
Pablo the Panther.
Pablo. That's how you have to say it.
You have to say it. You have to use Antonio Banderas' voice.
Pablo.
I am Pablo.
Pablo the
I
Panther.
have come for your footballs.
Rawr.
Just well done. Oh.
Tampa Bay Bandits. Welcome,
Tom Brady.
the Bayside Bandit.
You're doing.
Pew pew. He's doing finger guns in his picture. Pew pew. Yeehaw.
Oh, I need to meet these marketing people.
All right, and
I need to meet them all.
Here's one of my favorites. The New Orleans Breakers. Worst jerseys, worst color scheme.
Terrible.
No hashtag. Dave the Wave.
You didn't even try. You didn't even try. You just went, hey, Steve, got something?
What rhymes with wave? Huh?
Dave.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of kids movie, Penguins of Madagascar. The bad guy is an octopus, and he's like, "Your worst nightmare, Dave." And they're just like, Dave.
Oh, USFL, we love you already. We love you already for your wackiness. It's gonna be a fun weekend.
Watch out, man. Stanley's coming for that.
Dave is coming for you. The Fighting Daves.
Watch
of the
out for
world.
Stanley.
Oh, Captain, show up next. Don't go anywhere. Here. Stay here. 93.7 Ticket. Man. Dave.